Booyaka! Booyaka! How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Ross Does Food. Before we get started with the review today, I would like to dedicate this review to the Mercedes 190e. Really cool car, classic, made in Germany. And, yeah, I'm gonna leave it short. That's all I'm dedicated to. Alright, without further ado, let's get to the review. Alright guys, so for our fourth edition of Ross Does Food, I have decided to grab a Philly cheesesteak from the Bull Moose Saloon in Alpine, Wyoming. Before we get into it, let's take a look at what we... Ooh, look at this. We got sweet potato... Fry down. That fucking sucks. Probably gonna eat it later, but... Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I will say, actually, as my late friend Kobe would say, when there's smoke, there's fire. When there's kids' butts, there's Michael Jackson. And when you're eating cheesesteaks outside of Philly, they usually taste like shit. But I don't want to be biased here. I have had cheesesteaks in the great city of Philadelphia, and they are amazing. And so far, nothing has really compared. But let's see if the Bull Moose Saloon can meet my standards. Alright, off rip, bread, soggy. Not off to a good start. I want a little bit more firmness to my bread, but let's get into it. Okay. I mean, it's an average Philly cheesesteak, but wait a minute, I'm just realizing something. I made a mistake. They provided me some nice au jus sauce, and I think I have to dip this cheesesteak in the au jus. Okay, the au jus definitely helps. Definitely. I mean, the steak wasn't really dry before, but it was under-seasoned, and I think that the au jus does give it a lot of flavor. Now, that being said, this is not one of the best Philly cheesesteaks I've had. If anything, I would say maybe even one of the worst. Not the worst, but possibly a bottom 7 to 3 cheesesteak. You know what, there's one more thing I have to do before I finalize my score here, and that I do have to try the sweet potato fries, because I love sweet potato fries, and I've never seen sweet potato fries with Philly cheesesteak, so big bonus points to you, Bull Moose. And they even gave me some fry sauce for free. So, let's see. Oh, these are mid fries. Oh, so no, I mean, they're sweet potato fries, and I love sweet potato fries, but the waffle cut is good, but they're just a little too thin. Like, you see this diameter here? Not a thick, like Chick-fil-A, they got like a thick waffle fry. This is a paper thin waffle fry. And I want crispiness, but I want a little bite to this. This doesn't have bite. All right. With that being said, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to give this cheesesteak probably. I'm thinking a 5.8 today. 5.8, and I would maybe give it a little higher of a score if the cheesesteak wasn't so reliant on the au jus for the flavor, and if these fries were a little thicker. But you know what? I'm not mad at this meal. I don't feel like I wasted my money, but I am slightly disappointed. So, sorry, Bull Moose, but you're gonna have to stick with that review.